designer is where you create the steps to use in your project. To open a project up in the designer, hover over it and click the Open Designer icon. There are 5 main elements to the designer, with the scene being the main bit. It displays your 3D CAD data as well as any toolbox items that you may have added. To help orientate, you'll see the view cube in the bottom right hand corner. The property bar is along the bottom and is context sensitive, meaning the options available will change depending on what items you have selected. If you don't have any CAD or toolbox items selected, you will see in the scene's properties. At the top of the designer is the steps toolbar, which shows the current step you have active and has buttons allowing you to create a new step or update the currently active step. Clicking on the step name will open the steps dialog where you can activate, delete, update or reorder all your steps. On the left is the toolbox. Clicking on the tab will cause it to slide out, and by default it will slide back in out of the way if you click anywhere else in the scene. If you want to keep it open, you can pin it using the icon in the top right hand corner of the toolbox. Finally, to the right hand side is the selector. It behaves in the same way as the toolbox and helps you select objects within the designer. Tree structures of your CAD and toolbox items are displayed and can be used for selecting and to toggle visibility. If your project has a view and navigation overlay set, then you'll notice a slightly greyed out area either at the top or the bottom of your screen depending on its location, which gives you an idea of where it will be so that you can make sure you can fit your scene in correctly. Using your mouse, you can manipulate the camera. If you hold the right mouse button down whilst moving your mouse, you will pan the camera. If you hold your middle mouse button down and move the mouse, that will rotate the camera. Scrolling with your middle button will zoom the camera in and out. Left clicking an object will select it, and left double clicking an object will do a zoom to fit. If you left double click an empty area in the scene, that will do a zoom to fit of all your CAD objects. If you have anything selected and you want to clear your selection, the easiest way is to press the escape key. Or you can click into empty space. Located in the bottom right of the designer is the view cube, and this can help you keep track of your orientation. It'll update as you rotate the scene and can be used to quickly choose a standard orientation. Simply hover over it and click the desired face. Clicking a face twice will flip the direction, for example between top and bottom. Pressing the spacebar will bring up the orientation pop-up. This is another method of getting to the standard views just like the view cube. But as an additional bonus, we can create our own custom views from here as well. If I rotate the camera into a position I want to be able to get back to, on the orientation dialog, simply type in the name of your camera and save it using the icon next to it. The camera will get saved to the project. Now when I click on the custom tab, you'll see it listed to get back to. Now it doesn't matter which orientation I'm in, if I click my custom camera, I'll be taken back there. This is really useful to be able to keep your steps consistent. The orientation pop-up will stay on the screen until you hit your spacebar again. Alternatively, if you go to your camera tab on your scene's property bar, you can toggle the visibility of the orientation pop-up simply by clicking the button here. Also available on the camera property bar is the ability to restore the position of the camera, either to the default position or the step's last saved position. I can also get the camera to point normal to a particular face. So if I click normal to, and then choose the face I want to look at, the camera will orientate looking at that face. Finally on the camera tab is the ability to pin the camera. This means I can't manipulate the camera in any way. This can be really useful to just prevent yourself temporarily from moving it, but with it being a scene property, you may choose to pin the camera for a particular step to stop your viewer from manipulating that at all. get back to the Cadasio dashboard or to log out, simply go to the Cadasio icon in the top left hand corner, where you're presented with the main menu, which gives you several options. Okay, hopefully you found this video useful. If you have any questions, head over to our forum, and you can find us on all the usual social media sites.